Hello, viewers. Welcome to Football Discussion Daily. My name is CGO. My co-host Joe is not available today. Hopefully, he'll be joining us in the subsequent edition of the podcast. Thank you for joining us again today. Today, we'll be talking about games that were played in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday night. Quite interesting games were played in the Champions League. Um, Atletico de Madrid, despite losing 2-1 at home to Barcelona, they still went ahead to qualify to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. What that means is that this is the third time they are knocking out Barcelona from the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Remember in 2013-2014 season, they knocked out FC Barcelona from the Champions League quarterfinals on a 2-1 aggregate. And the 2015-2016 season, they did the same, knocking out Barcelona on a 3-2 aggregate. Now in 2025-2026 season, they've done that again in the quarterfinals, sending out Barcelona. So it ended 3-2 on aggregate for Atletico de Madrid. So they are now through to the semifinals of the UEFA Champions League. Very sad one for Barcelona because Barcelona really played very well. Yamin Lamar was very outstanding in this game. Lots of the Barcelona players did so well. They played very well in this game. Unfortunately for them, they got a red card. Eric Garcia got a red card for a foul on Salwards, who was moving towards goal. So he got a red card for preventing a goal scoring opportunity. A very sad one for Barcelona. But despite the red card they got in that game, that didn't prevent them from mounting pressure, trying to see if they could increase the goal they scored in that game. Unfortunately for Barcelona, that didn't happen. So Barcelona, they're out of the Champions League. A very sad one for them. They started the game showing great character. They started mounting pressure from the blast of the whistle, and that resulted to the early goals from Yamin Lamar. The second goal was scored by uh, Ferran Torres, and then before you need, they created a lot of chances. Tried to see if they could increase the tally, but they couldn't get the goal after the two goals were scored. And then we had Ademola Lookman scoring a goal from a quick counter. Uh, Lorente gave him a nice square pass, which he converted. That gave Atletico Madrid put them in the driving seat. Then it was 3-2 on aggregate. Barcelona did everything they were supposed to do. They created a lot of chances, but they couldn't just get more goals, which would have really helped them or prepared them to the semi-finals of the competition. So nobody would say Barcelona didn't play well. This was a game they played very well, even when they were one man down. They played very well. They showed why they are called Barcelona. I was very impressed with the performance of the Barcelona team because they showed a lot of character. They showed a lot of belief. They really wanted to scale through to the next phase of the competition, but that never happened. I feel they had a very hard luck in this game. They were very unlucky that they couldn't scale through this competition. So, congratulations to Atletico de Madrid. We wish them the very best in the next stage of the competition. Then we also had another game in the Champions League quarterfinal second leg at Anfield. That was the game between Liverpool against Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain, they came to Anfield and then they saw and they conquered. This is the second time in 2 seasons they are visiting Anfield, and it ended in grand style for them. It was a positive one. Remember last season when they visited Anfield, they were able to get a one-win victory in that game, which took the game into extra time, and then they went into penalty shootout, And then we saw PSG coming out victorious in that game. And the man who scored the goal at Anfield then for Paris Saint-Germain is the current Ballon d'Or winner. They call him Ousmane Dembele. He scored that goal that made the game go into extra time and then penalty. This time around again, he came to Anfield and got two well taken goals in this encounter. So what that means is that in the last two seasons, Ousmane Dembele have scored three goals at Anfield. So a good one for PSG. The first half of the game, I think PSG created more chances compared to Liverpool in the first half. And then in the second half, in the first 25 minutes, Liverpool came out firing. They were very outstanding. They showed great belief. They really showed that they really showed they wanted it more. They wanted to win the game. They had chances but couldn't put the ball at the back of the net and at the back of the net. Even at some point, they were awarded a penalty, which was later overruled because there wasn't much contact that made the referee to initially award the penalty. So McAllister went down, and when the VAR review was done, the penalty was overruled. They discovered that there wasn't really much serious contact Pacho made on McAllister, so that penalty was overruled. So Liverpool controlled the game for the first 25 minutes of the second half. In fact, I was thinking what was really happening to Paris Saint-Germain. They didn't play the way they played in the first half. But at some point, I think at the 71st minute or the 72nd minute, we saw them make a very quick counter attack that led to the goal scored by Ousmane Dembele. A well nice pass by Kvaratskhelia to Ousmane Dembele. He was able to beat his man McAllister, and he took a very nice shot from outside the box that went straight into the net. And that was just like a juggler. The Liverpool players were very, very disappointed to have conceded that goal. That was the goal that changed the whole stuff, changed the whole dynamics of the game. And I think at the 91st minute, Ousmane Dembele again, the PSG made a quick counter again, and then Bakola squared a pass to Ousmane Dembele, who scored his second goal of the game, and PSG won that tie 4-0 on aggregate. So congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain. For me, it was a game they deserved to play, even though Liverpool really fought so hard in that game, but they didn't take advantage of their game. And one notable thing that happened in that game was that Igor Ekitike got injured in the first half of that game, and he was taken out in that match. We don't know how long he'll be out. We're hoping that he recover and is able to get himself back to fitness and possibly make the World Cup team of the French national team. Another player who also got injured, who is also a French player, Zeredue. He got injured and he was taken out. I think in the second half of the game, he was pulled out, and then Bakola came in, who was the player who provided the assist that led to Ousmane Dembele's second goal of the game. So we are wishing these players quick recovery. We hope they get back to fitness and they are able to help club our country. So the Champions League, I think that was my prediction. I predicted yesterday before the game that PSG should go through, Atletico de Madrid should go through as well. And I think I was privileged. I mean, I think I was spot on those two games. So there will be two other games today in the Champions League, even though I've already given my prediction. Arsenal will be hosting Sporting Lisbon at the Emirates Stadium. And based on the prediction I made, I'm expecting to see Arsenal scale through against Sporting Lisbon. Arsenal, if in times of quality, I think they have better quality than Sporting Lisbon. And I'm expecting them to get the much desired victory in that game. considering they lost their last league game against Bournemouth at the Emirates Stadium. I think they need to bounce back and get victory against Sporting Lisbon. It's very, very important they do that so that at least have to give their fans some level of hope this season because the way things are going, a lot of Arsenal fans are very furious with their team. So I'm hoping to see Arsenal get victory against Sporting Lisbon. And then another game will be at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich, they'll be hosting Real Madrid. Remember, the first leg at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium ended 2-1 in favor of Bayern Munich. So Bayern Munich, they'll be going to this game with a one-goal advantage against Real Madrid there in Germany. Based on my prediction yesterday, I predicted that Bayern Munich should scale through to the semifinals of this competition. But you know, in football, anything is possible. But that's just my own prediction. I'm hoping to see Bayern Munich finish up the job because they have the quality of players that can get them to the semifinals of this competition. Real Madrid is also a star-studded team, but when it comes to stability, I think Bayern Munich has that stability in their squad compared to Real Madrid. Real Madrid have lots of individual great players, but football is beyond that. You also need to play as a team, as a unit. There need to be high level of cohesion in your team for you to be able to defeat your opponent. So in terms of stability, in terms of cohesion, Bayern Munich has that edge over Real Madrid. So today we'll be seeing the players like Kylian Mbappe, the likes of Vinicius Junior, the likes of Jude Bellingham playing for Real Madrid. And then for Bayern Munich, we'll be seeing star players like Harry Kane. I'll be seeing other great players like Michael Olise playing for Bayern Munich. So I believe it's going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be a great clash. It's going to be an interesting game that everybody will be looking forward to. But if you ask me, I think Bayern Munich should have the day. But football, anything is possible because it's just a one goal advantage. Anything can happen. A red card could be given to to Bayern Munich that could change the whole dynamics of the game and give Real Madrid the advantage. These things happen in football. But based on my own assessment of both teams, I think Bayern Munich should have the day. So that is all for today. I'll be joining you again on another edition of the Football Discussion Daily. Please try to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have platforms. We're also on platforms like X. We're on platforms like Facebook. We're on Instagram and TikTok. Please follow us, share our videos. Thank you for listening, and then we'll see you again. Bye for now.